Let's look at this one at the bottom strip. It's another one that, you just don't know where to start sometimes. Farmers, herdsmen clash, claims 37 in Kaduna.
In Kaduna again.
Yeah.
Kaduna again. This is a recurrent issue. And people continue to ask questions. Why the federal government and the security agencies have not paid attention to this issue? We always talk about Boko Haram. This one now appears to be taking more lives than even Boko Haram and other insurgents in the country. And not, apart from Akure, where the state government prosecuted the herdsmen that abducted and desecrated the land and even destroyed the farm crops of Chief Olufalai, former Secretary to the Government of the Federation. You cannot hear that even in Kaduna, in most of these places, Benue, that most of these herdsmen are in detention. They are not being prosecuted. And this is worrisome. And this is the question people ask every day. Why are they lenient? People are even talking, people are saying that, how did herdsmen get AK-47? How were they armed? We used to hear of their sticks that they use. But now they're using AK-47. It's worrisome. And I think this is a message to security agencies that people are worried, that people are asking questions. People may not be powerful enough or influential enough to be causing trouble here and there now, but it is worrisome that these people carry out this operation. And they told us that Kaduna has been, even especially southern Kaduna area where this happened, I think it's been secured. They have army formation, they have security agencies, institutions there to check the activities of these herdsmen. But from what we have seen now, it's not working. And we haven't heard that they have been arrested. That is what should happen.
Well, that's New Telegraph today.
The Nigerian Tribune is next, and the lead story there: PDP may extend McAfees' tenure, sacks sheriffs, state exco, Odige Oyegu, governors in crucial meeting today over APC convention. That story, you have the details on page 9, and then just above that you have ranching has positive implication for meat production. That's according to the Taraba State Governor. Woman's decomposing body found in her residence 4 days after being declared missing. That from the police stable, page 6 has details. Nigeria aiming to be among 16 largest economies, says the acting president Yemi Oshibajo. That is the point I want to pick on. Nigeria is aiming to be among the 16 largest economies with what is happening now.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Well, definitely, as I said before, that is hope. But hope, as Zachariah said, it's not a strategy. Yeah, it is good to be ambitious like that as a country, but you know that South Africa is still the only member, it's the only country in Africa that's a member of G20. So we are aiming at G16. But we are not a member of G20 yet, and we are not very close. If you ask anybody now, do you know our position in world economic ranking? We should even aim first to be mentioned in this index of this doing business index.
And economic ease of doing business.
Ease of doing business index. When we perform well there, we'll be aiming for 16. Then economic freedom index by the Heritage Foundation. We should aim to be part of it, among others. But it's a good thing that the vice president is telling us, the acting president is telling us this, that we are aiming to be among 16 best economies in the world.
And then you have the story, Nigeria's oil savings can't fund 20% of the 2017 budget. That's according to NATE, as against the acting president's, you call it hope.
Well, definitely, you see, if you rely on oil revenue, if we do not talk about what you mentioned earlier, agriculture, and the value chain from agriculture, we will not get there. Because you know, from what even the man who talks about common sense, was talking about electric cars. And by the year 2030 or 20 anything like that, even France, among other developed countries, are phasing out all these vehicles.
Fossil fuel cars.
Yeah, fossil fuel cars. And that is not a good story for oil-producing countries. If you want to make progress by selling oil, by exporting the oil and gas, you are not likely to make money. You are not likely to be a member of this elite club.
Okay, we still have, okay, you can still see the rundown of the latest release of the Paris Club refund. FG releases another 243.7 billion naira to states. Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Kano Rivers gets 10 billion naira each. Amosun pays 4.5 billion naira deductions to workers. That's another interesting talking point.
Pay government workers, it's still the same story. It's palliative. You know, though, it's only because we are not serious. If you pay workers, it's not a story. Is that a story? Well, what are you?
That's what they should be doing in the first place.
Yeah?
It's what they should have been doing.
That's what they should be doing. It's not news. Yeah, you pay workers. You are supposed to pay workers. It's not supposed to be a story even in the newspaper that you paid workers. Is that one an achievement? That you are paying workers, you are paying teachers, you are paying this, you know. But because we are not a serious country, all these things they have established an academy, a school. You invite the whole world to come and witness the opening of an academy. What is it when people are aiming when people are going to the sky, they are looking for heaven, they are looking for how to see God. People are spending how many months? So, you know, people are exploring what is elsewhere that we cannot see. We are celebrating payment of salaries. That's not a story.
But if you're to trace the root cause of this, it still boils down to the political system and how you get candidates to be voted for. Am I right?
Yes.
So would you say that the wrong candidates have repeatedly been presented to the people and given them no choice?
Yeah, definitely. We the people, we are saying that they even implicated us. They're saying that we the people endorsed this constitution as amended. We the people that we were not there when they decreed it. We were not there. We the people did not participate in the politics that led to the making of that constitution. And of course, you are talking about the way these people emerged. The people are still powerless. Even in this the recruitment of our people is still something that we need to talk about, because people who do not have money cannot emerge.
If I could get your quick thoughts on this, that lead on the PDP may extend McAfee's tenure, and then you look at the rider, Odigi Oyegun, governors in crucial meeting
today
over APC convention.
That is
so. Is it that the PDP one haven't gotten that judgment? It's now putting them on their toes.
The APC has been in breach of its own law, because they haven't, since they came into power, they have not been holding meetings. National Working Committee, NEC meeting, they were supposed, even a convention they were supposed to have held. They were still looking for some directive from somewhere. But they have not. And now that PDP is having a rebound, PDP is bouncing back somehow after this Supreme Court ruling.
You believe the PDP is bouncing back?
Well, definitely you can see how they have been celebrating. They had a meeting yesterday. It was a meeting that was reported. They held a meeting and they issued a statement where they itemized what they were going to do, the timeline, what they were going to do, reconciliation. And so that is why APC is also putting its house, trying to put its house in order, which is good for the system.
That's democracy for you.
Because there is no democracy, according to our constitution, without political parties. You can't be anything. You can't be president, you can't be anything unless you pass through a political party. And we have been concerned that our political parties have not been organized enough. They have not been accountable. They are supposed to even be the brains behind policies and the manifestos that they promised the people, the change that they promised was promised on the platform of a political party.
So what then do you say to people who say that perhaps we're ready for independent candidacy?
Definitely, that would be a very good thing. So I listened to one independent candidate in Kenya recently, and you saw the way he was talking. It was remarkable.